My beloved child, there are moments in life that feel ordinary on the surface, but hidden beneath them is a truth so powerful that once you see it, you can never unsee it. And today, something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because what you are about to hear has changed hearts before, and by the end of this message, you may realize that something was happening around you all along, something your eyes noticed but your mind never fully understood. Listen carefully. Stay with me. Every second matters. There is someone who walks through life carrying strength in their voice and certainty in their steps. When they enter a room, people turn their heads. Decisions move because they speak. Situations change because they act. They run everything. They organize chaos. They guide people. They hold pressure in their hands and somehow never let it show. Everyone sees them as powerful. Everyone sees them as untouchable. Everyone says, nothing shakes them. Everyone believes they are built differently. But then, something strange happens. Something that almost nobody understands at first. Because when you appear, something changes. And no, do not skip this moment. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. When you speak, they pause for a second longer than usual. When you leave, the silence feels slightly heavier. When your name appears, something in them shifts. They try to act normal. They try to stay steady. They try to remain the same person everyone knows. But they are not. And people notice. Oh yes, people always notice things before words explain them. They notice how the strongest person in the room suddenly becomes quieter around you. They notice how the one who controls every conversation suddenly listens more than they speak. They notice how someone who never hesitates suddenly takes a second before answering you. They notice the change. And maybe you noticed it too. Maybe there were moments where you felt it but ignored it. Maybe you told yourself, no, I'm imagining things. But what if you weren't? What if there really was something there? Stay till the end. Don't skip. Because the next part is something most people miss. You see, powerful people do not easily lose control. They know how to lead. They know how to stay composed. They know how to carry masks so perfectly that nobody sees behind them. But hearts are different. Hearts do not follow rules. Hearts do not ask permission. And sometimes even the strongest people become different around one person. Not because they want to. Because they cannot help it. And suddenly, the person who handles everything perfectly starts remembering little details about you. Tiny things. Things nobody else remembers. The way you laughed that one time. The words you said without realizing they mattered. The look in your eyes during a quiet moment. The small things. Because when someone truly feels something, small things become enormous things. And everyone notices. Everyone notices except the person standing in the middle of it all. You. Because you keep thinking strength always looks loud. You keep thinking powerful moments arrive with giant signs and dramatic music. But sometimes the biggest things arrive quietly. Sometimes the strongest feeling hides in the smallest actions. And something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip. Because now we are getting closer. Imagine this. A person who can command rooms. A person who can solve problems. A person who can face pressure without fear. Now imagine them searching for you in a crowd without even realizing it. Imagine them pretending not to care while their eyes keep returning to where you are. Imagine them becoming softer around you. Imagine them becoming gentler. Imagine them becoming more real. Because suddenly they are not trying to impress the world anymore. Suddenly they are just hoping you notice. And here is the part that changes everything. People around them already see it. Friends see it. Strangers see it. Even silence sees it. The entire atmosphere changes. Because energy speaks before words do. And maybe that is why lately certain moments have felt different. Maybe that is why certain glances felt longer. Maybe that is why certain conversations stayed in your mind long after they ended. Maybe that is why your heart paused for reasons you could not explain. Because not everything important arrives loudly. Sometimes the biggest moments whisper before they roar. Because something huge is waiting for you. And what comes next may be the thing you remember long after this video ends. A strange thing is happening now, and this is where almost everyone misses the truth. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what you are about to realize is one of those once-in-a-lifetime revelations that makes people stop and think, wait, was this happening the whole time? The world sees them one way. Strong. Focused. Untouchable. They walk through challenges with confidence. They solve problems before others even understand them. People depend on them. People follow them. People believe they have complete control over everything around them. But then there is you. You are the part nobody can explain. Because around you, something shifts. And the strange part? They probably do not even realize it themselves. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Because this next truth changes everything. Have you ever noticed how some people can talk to everyone easily, but when they stand in front of one specific person, their words suddenly become different? Not because they forgot how to speak. Not because they became weak. Because some connections reach places words cannot touch. Suddenly the person who carries certainty begins choosing their words more carefully. Suddenly the person who never looks back turns around one more time. Suddenly the person who controls everything starts paying attention to tiny moments. Moments nobody else notices. And then the biggest surprise happens. People around them begin seeing it. The room notices. The atmosphere notices. Energy notices. Because there are things eyes catch before minds understand them. People see the extra smile. People see the quiet pause. People see the look that lasts a second longer. And maybe you are sitting there thinking, no, this cannot be real. But stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because now we are stepping closer to the moment everything starts connecting. Imagine someone who never gets distracted. Now imagine them remembering one random thing you said weeks ago. Imagine someone who always appears calm suddenly becoming softer around you. Imagine someone who carries strength everywhere suddenly carrying care when it comes to you. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Quietly. Naturally. Real things do not always arrive with noise. Sometimes they arrive like small waves before becoming something impossible to ignore. And here comes the revelation nobody expects. The strongest people are not the ones who never change. The strongest people are the ones who become real. And sometimes one person enters their life and removes the invisible walls they spent years building. Maybe that person is you. Maybe that is why certain moments felt unusual. Maybe that is why certain memories keep returning to your mind. Maybe that is why some silence felt louder than words. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what comes next is the part where hidden truths stop hiding. There is a moment that changes everything. And almost nobody recognizes it while it is happening. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what you are about to hear is the part where hidden pieces finally begin joining together. Most people think powerful people reveal themselves through big actions. Big words. Big decisions. Big moments. But the truth is completely different. The biggest truths often arrive quietly. And that is exactly why people miss them. Because while everyone is watching the obvious things, something extraordinary is happening in the background. Something nobody expected. Something even they never expected. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Because this once-in-a-lifetime revelation is closer than you think. Think about this carefully. The person who handles everything perfectly starts noticing your absence. Not because everything stops. Not because life suddenly freezes. But because something feels different. A room still looks the same. People still talk. Time still moves. But something feels missing. And they cannot explain why. That is where the mystery begins. Because when someone truly matters, logic starts losing small battles against feelings. Suddenly random moments begin reminding them of you. A simple song. A simple place. A simple memory. Things that meant nothing before suddenly begin carrying meaning. And here is the shocking part. Everyone notices before they do. People notice the change in their eyes. People notice the unexpected smile. People notice the way their attention shifts. Because no matter how strong someone appears, real feelings leave quiet footprints everywhere. And maybe you felt it too. Maybe there were moments that seemed too strange to ignore. Moments where silence felt louder than conversation. Moments where one look said more than 1,000 words. Moments where time itself felt slower. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because now comes the revelation hidden behind the title itself. He runs everything, except around you. Read that in your mind one more time. He runs everything, except around you. Because around you he is not trying to control anything anymore. Around you there is no performance. No invisible walls. No perfect image. Around you there is something far more powerful. Something real. And reality changes people. Reality makes even the strongest hearts softer. Reality makes someone stop pretending they do not care. Reality makes someone become the version of themselves nobody else gets to see. That is why the strongest mystery was never why they changed. The real mystery is why they changed only around you. And if you are still here right now, if you stayed until this moment, then listen carefully. Because something huge is waiting for you. The next part is where the silence finally begins speaking. The silence is about to speak. And this is the moment where everything starts becoming impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what comes now is the hidden truth that people remember long after the story ends. There are moments in life where actions become quiet, but feelings become louder. This is one of those moments. Because now the signs are no longer small. Now the little details begin connecting. Now the mystery starts revealing itself. And suddenly you begin remembering everything. That pause before they answered. That look they tried to hide. That smile appearing for no reason. That strange feeling that something felt different. Suddenly all those moments return. And for the first time, they begin making sense. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because here comes the revelation nobody sees coming. The strongest people spend years learning how to lead situations. They learn how to stay calm. They learn how to stay focused. They learn how to control reactions. But there is one thing nobody teaches them. Nobody teaches them what to do when someone quietly becomes important. Because importance does not arrive with announcements. It enters slowly. Silently. Unexpectedly. And then one day they realize something that changes everything. Out of all the people they have met. Out of all the faces they have seen. Out of all the conversations they have had. One person stayed in their mind longer than everyone else. One person kept returning. One person felt different. And maybe, just maybe, that person is you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. Now imagine this. The person everyone calls strong. The person everyone depends on. The person who appears unshakable. Standing in a quiet moment and realizing they are no longer trying to impress the world. Because around one person they stopped trying. Around one person they became real. And suddenly the title itself becomes the answer. He runs everything, except around you. Because around you, there was never control. There was attention. There was care. There was something deeper hiding beneath ordinary moments. And now comes the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. Sometimes the biggest thing in your life is not the loudest thing. Sometimes it is not the thing standing in front shouting for attention. Sometimes it is the quiet presence that keeps returning again and again until you finally understand. Because real things have a strange way of staying. And if you are still here, if you stayed through every moment, then hold on carefully. Because something huge is waiting for you. The final changes everything. The moment has arrived, the moment everything was leading toward from the very beginning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final truth is not hidden anymore. From the first second until now, pieces were falling into place. The pauses. The quiet looks. The strange feeling. The small moments that felt bigger than they should have. None of them were random. None of them appeared for no reason. Because some things enter life quietly and then slowly become impossible to ignore. And now the title reveals its deepest meaning. He runs everything, except around you. At first it sounded like a mystery. Now it sounds like an answer. Because maybe the person everyone calls strong never changed around the world. Maybe they only changed around one person. Maybe they only became softer around one person. Maybe they only became quieter around one person. Maybe they only became real around one person. And here comes the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. People spend years searching for extraordinary moments. They wait for giant signs. They wait for loud announcements. They wait for perfect timing. But sometimes the biggest moment was standing right beside them all along. Sometimes the thing people search for everywhere has already been walking quietly beside them. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this next part changes everything. Think about all the people who came and went. Think about all the faces that became memories. Think about all the moments that disappeared with time. Now think about the person who somehow stayed in your thoughts longer than expected. The person whose presence felt different. The person whose silence said something words never could. The person whose smallest actions somehow felt important. Why? Why out of everyone? Why them? Because not every connection is ordinary. Some connections arrive carrying something deeper. Something impossible to force. Something impossible to pretend. And maybe, just maybe, that is why life kept placing those moments in front of you. Maybe that is why your attention kept returning. Maybe that is why your heart kept asking questions your mind could not answer. And now here is the final truth. The strongest people are not remembered because they controlled everything. They are remembered because somewhere in their journey, someone appeared who made them stop controlling and start feeling. That is the secret. That is the hidden answer. That is the thing everyone noticed. He runs everything. Except around you. And if you stayed until this final moment, then maybe you were never listening to a story. Maybe you were remembering one. One final door is opening, and what is behind it was hidden in front of everyone from the beginning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because sometimes the ending is not actually an ending. Sometimes it is the moment people finally understand what was there all along. Look back at everything. Look back at every moment. Look back at every pause, every glance, every strange feeling you could never explain. Because now something unexpected happens. The picture becomes complete. Suddenly you realize the strongest signs were never loud. They were quiet. They were hidden inside ordinary moments. And that is why almost everyone misses them. Because people search for fireworks while life quietly writes stories in silence. Stay till the end. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this revelation changes the entire meaning of the journey. You see, people believe power means controlling everything. Controlling emotions. Controlling reactions. Controlling every step. But true power has never been about control. True power is allowing yourself to become real. And sometimes one person enters your life and changes things without even trying. Not through giant actions. Not through impossible moments. Just through presence. Just through being there. And suddenly someone who seemed impossible to understand becomes simple. Someone who looked untouchable becomes human. Someone who carried strength everywhere starts carrying softness in one place. Around you. Now listen carefully. Because this is the part people remember. The world notices success. The world notices confidence. The world notices strength. But hearts notice something different. Hearts notice who feels like peace. Hearts notice who feels like home. Hearts notice who quietly remains in their thoughts long after everyone else disappears. And maybe that is why the title was never just words. He runs everything, except around you. Because around you there was no winning. No proving. No acting. Only truth. Only something real. And here comes the final once-in-a-lifetime revelation. Sometimes the biggest surprise in life is discovering that the person everyone sees as powerful was waiting for one person to make them feel understood. One person. One presence. One unexpected connection. And if you stayed through every second, if you stayed until this final moment, then maybe the reason this story felt familiar is because somewhere deep inside, you already knew the answer. Don't skip the signs life places in front of you. Stay till the end of moments that feel different. Because sometimes, something huge is not waiting for you in the future. Sometimes it has already arrived.